Hey everybody, how's it? Aloha, this is Geebz here, your old composer here at the Decomposer Lounge, and all caffeined up. So I walked out, did my walk, took my coffee with me, and then I sat down. I said, okay, what's next on my list? And from the album Angel Dust from Faith No More, I got a suggestion from Patreon, and it is Caffeine. Oh, you see how mental tilapia. I'm feeling a little bit like a little brand whore here. Look at this. I got my shirt going on here. Little psychedelic kaleidoscope stuff happening through my curtains and whatever. Anyhow, I want to thank you guys for your support, and looks like we're going to get on ourselves to a little caffeine-driven ride here with Faith No More. Like usual, please leave your comments and other songs you want me to check out from Faith No More in the comments. And also, if you want to support me, you can also buy me the cup of coffee. And all the links are down below for cup of coffee. You want to check out the headsets I'm using, these AKG 240s. Or you check out where my Patreon's going right now. It's kind of blowing up a bit. And also, don't forget, too, just sharing the video, too. That's super cool beans. Anyhow, guys, let's do this. From Faith No More, from the album Angel Dust, this is Caffeine. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much how the caffeine rings out in my head with a little bit of a delay. Really fun. This is kind of like this is 6/8. It feels like to me. I never say I know for sure, because I'm definitely not always right for sure. And so I lean on you guys to straighten me out or confirm it. What I think is really fun is it's set for those of you who are a pure listener. Anything that's written in like a 6/8 or a 3/4, those kind of times, is considered kind of a waltz kind of rhythm. So da 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 da, and it kind of gives you that kind of like, I'm coming at it, depending on how it's used. Jeez, if the original use of it was a waltz coming out of Europe and stuff, I think somewhere like that. Anyhow. So I like how the drums are holding more of this kind of a 6/8 feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the guitars are da 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 da. In essence, the same thing, but kind of more 3/4ish. Da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. I don't know. The professionals and the theory guys, you can go ahead and give me the people's elbow about that description if you'd like. I love the fact too that I'm hearing, if I recall, because this is only my second track of Faith No More. They don't shy away from using pads. So I like the pads that they're using in the first section, and then the next turnaround they're using a whole different sound as it is. And so I just want to say just a little bit so I can get right back into it, and then I'll load up a little bit more on my emotional Etch-a-Sketch and keep yammering on my next stop. Okay, here we go. right, check me if I'm wrong. Straightening that out a little bit, then they kind of went into a 4/4. It felt like, right? No, doesn't that? It kind of we got away from that that kind of sauntery kind of feel into something that was really straightforward. I love all the ambient work that they're doing in this, and it's not just with pads. They're just a lot of reverb on guitar noise, a lot of soundscape, but it sounds like it's all generated by the guitar. So that for me, in a lot of tracks, that adds such an additional element to the dynamic of it. If this was really, really, really super dry, it could be the same exact song, but if you were to pull back all the ambient and stuff like that, it would have a completely different vibe. And for myself personally, I like tracks that have ambience in it, that kind of put me down that journey. But that's just me, But I really, the engineering on this is great and super cool. So let me go back a little bit and boing. See, that's the ambience I'm talking about. It's just a personal, thing that I like about it, and the fact that a band like this that has so much power and grit in their performance, be it. I just learned. I kind of did this kind of genre guess on the very first time I listened to one of their tracks, and I kind of said, God, is this kind of pre-nu metal-ish or something like that? So they're very avant-garde and very forward-thinking in their production, and also actually in the structure of the song, be it, it's 4.5 minute track. The opening thing, I thought we were like in some kind of kiddie zoo or something like that. But probably if I read the lyrics and stuff, that would all tie in and stuff. But the fact that they use soundscapes, the fact that they use the pads, kind of for me, that's a WD-40. that's what kind of lets it all glide into me in here and stuff like that. And I really dug the engineering and the bass, like usual. Give the bass the pocket in the room, and it could speak volumes without you knowing that it's hitting you right here, without you having to put your head into it. Like when I listen to it, I put my head into it because when I do this, I don't think I've ever explained this, but when I do these reactions and breakdowns, it's because I imagine the band in my head. I'm typically thinking of a guitar, a bass, a drums, and a vocals, and then based on what I'm hearing, maybe there's 2 guitars, or if you're, I don't know, if you're Mr. Bungle or something like that, it could be 2 drum sets or anything like that. But anyhow, I visualize, and then because of that, I can kind of detect, I ice out in my head, okay, where's the bass sound, where's all that sort of stuff. And unless you listen to music that way, which I hope you don't, because then it takes the fun out of it, truly, because I feel like I'm afflicted. Being able to do this is not necessarily a really cool thing, because it's really difficult for me to sit back and just go, what a killer song, because in my head I'm already going. But there's just something that keeps pulling me into the bass, and will probably continue to do so until I never do another reaction again. But there's just something about the bass and bass arrangements and stuff that speak really loud to me, and the dynamics of the bass I really loved about this, because he's playing through the song very consistently, but his velocity changes and the power changing in his picking hand. I don't know if he's right or left-handed. As it's coming out of it, a section where it's just him and the drums in a turnaround, but he's pounding each note louder, 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 and then by doing that, the string is vibrating differently and getting more and more and more agitated, and then punches right into the guitars and the power and stuff like that. That's just the stuff that I really dig. I'm gonna go back and take a look at the lyrics on this though, and because it was pretty intriguing. All right. Anyhow, if you're still here, type in "I'm still here." Thank you so much for your support, for your suggestions, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Caffeine. Take care. Aloha. All right.